Hi, my name is Jason. Today I'm going to be smoking a New World by AJ Fernandez, and I'm going to be testing out this new device right here I got. It's a SATA 3 adapter for your hard drive. Replaces your hard drive with an SD card. They make it for compact flash SD cards. There's even one that does quad SD cards for a RAID setup. Right now we'll try a single 64 gigabyte card, and I'm going to attempt to install SuSE Leap onto it and see how it works on this Dell Latitude Intel i5. Not sure what generation. Right now my boot time on this with a solid state drive with Linux Mint is about 52 seconds from the time you push power button. Not bad. This should work pretty fast, similar to a solid state. I'm not sure how SuSE Leap is going to work on it, so as long as I get this in slot, we're going to give this a shot. Alright, it's in there. Alright, we'll try and boot up now, and I think it's F9 for boot options. It should already be set for USB, so we'll see what happens. F12 for boot options on this particular Dell. Alright, USB storage device, internal. Let's go with the USB storage device. I installed Leap on here last night. It looks like it's starting. Alright, boot from hard disk installation. There's no live on this, it's just installation. So we'll try install. Loading kernel. Now if I want to use a internet, what I'm going to have to do is, because internet doesn't reach really good out here in my shed, is I'm going to have to tether my cell phone. And this is a really nice option whenever you don't have internet available as far as Wi-Fi. Just use your cell phone. Most cell phones, even flip phones, if you have a data package, you can tether them. Most time my cell phone's actually faster than my internet because I have satellite internet. Tethering USB on. Alright. So now we have internet on here. This New World by AJ Fernandez is an amazing stick. Very reasonably priced as well. Under $8, I believe. and I'm drinking Giavelli Costa Rican coffee tonight. Alright, network auto setup. First thing it wants to do is check and see if it has internet. This allows it to install any third-party packages that you might have. And if you can install while it's booting, that's always a good thing. Alright, US keyboard, when you test it. No, alright. SuSE's license agreement. I'm going to click accept next. I'm very familiar with Linux licenses and the open source. System has active network connection. Additional software is available online. Activate online repositories. Yes. This will make our job easier later. Now remember, I only have a 64 gigabyte on here, so I'm not going to load this thing up. My goal is to just let it put the main operating system on it with a couple other things, maybe to edit videos or something and pictures. Because remember, even if my whole OS is only on 64 gigabytes, I can still use a zip drive, a flash drive, or a another portable hard drive to work from. Alright, what do I want to do? Do I want to do KDE desktop? Do I want to do GNOME desktop? Or do I want to do a generic desktop with graphical systems, reduced package, and that base customized software selection? Obviously I'm not doing a server or a transitional server. KDE is really nice and fancy, but unfortunately it's gotten a bit bloaty. GNOME is really the go-to right now. A lot of times on older laptops I will use generic XCF or whatever. Used to use WNA, I think it was. Much later, I'm gonna go with GNOME this time, and you can install if you want to. Someone will let you install multiple. I'm just gonna install just a GNOME right now. Alright, so right now it's saying delete partition. That is 59 gigabytes of MS-DOS. Okay, so we want to do this. We can do a guided setup. We have it wants to do 2 gigabytes for swap. That's probably going to be enough. And if you're new to doing installs, just do what it proposes. Remember, this is just a 64 gigabyte flash or SD card. It recognizes it in that SATA 3 adapter. Now naturally that SATA 3 adapter that's in here would not be good to keep in here just because it doesn't seat in there well. I had to use needle nose to put it in and probably take it out as well. But in a regular desktop it'll be just fine. Alright, well, I am on Eastern Standard Time. The time does look good right there, so make sure we got the correct time on that. We do. So let's go ahead and hit next. Alright, my name. I'm just going to do first name. And let's see. Alright, use this password for administrative system administrator and automatic login. I usually don't like doing automatic login, but I do like using it for a root password. So always, whenever your password's too simple, that's okay. I'm I'm going to use it. This is my test computer. If I'm going to worry about making a computer super secure, I'm going to choose a better password. Alright, this is what wants to install. Your boot type. It's going to use a Grub 2 loader. Let's see. GNOME Enhanced Systems Fault. Alright, so it looks like it recognized everything. We're going to go ahead and hit the install right now. Alright. Confirmation installation. If you continue now, partition your hard disk will be modified according to installation settings. Yep. So go ahead and install. And let's see how long this takes. It should not take too long, where it's going directly to an SD card. It does have to write it, so it'll take a little bit longer than if you're installing it to a live USB probably. But as you can see, it's moving pretty fast.
Just runs astray, but I know that our love is true. So now I am my sleep. I need you to hold on to tonight's the night. Let's get together. I feel right when you're inside. I know our love will last forever. I need you.
Alright, it's going to reboot now. We got the install complete. Let's see how it looks. Alright, we're going to go ahead and internal HDD. See if it boots. Should be a pretty quick boot. SuSE 15 Leap. SuSE Leap 15. Still smoking my New World by Fernandez. An incredible stick. I love it. Great thing about this stick is every time I smoke it, it's always the same. It's a good, consistent stick. Over the few years I've had it, nothing's ever changed. It's just an incredible stick. Sometimes your first boot is a little bit longer. That's typical. Alright, there's me. Click there, put my password. And coming up to the GNOME desktop. Network should still be hooked up. Make sure whenever you reboot, you might have to. It shows. So it should already be connected. All right. So what we got? Okay. Right now, this looks like an Ubuntu type desktop. Personally, can't stand it. It has a widget set up to where if you want to use a touch screen, me personally, not a fan of this whatsoever. I like the old-fashioned desktops. Some people like this, the tiles. I can tell you right off bat, I'll immediately switch this off to get just a standard desktop. Might have that option, but right off bat we got the LibreOffice, everything we need, Evolution Mail. I usually download Thunderbird It's my personal favorite. Naturally, you have the GIMP. That's a given. Cheese. Well, it's there. Let's see if it's connected. No device found. Sometimes it won't always find the camera with cheese for some reason. And that's okay. Let's see. So far, everything is moving pretty fast off of this SD card. It's asking to see package updater details. Can't imagine you need to update anything. It did it all on the fly. See what it says here. Wow, only one update. Not worried about that right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and close that out. Good. All right. The GIMP seems to be working fine. Log out. So you look for. You can go to here. Log out. Log out. Now, click here, but watch. I'm going to change something here. I'm going to go up here. Right up here. Which one is that? No, that's not it. Ah, here, right here. GNOME Classic, ICE WML. So, well, let's try this. Let's try GNOME Classic. Let's see what that looks like, okay? Try GNOME Classic. See, you might have had it already. Oh, see, now this is so much better. Look at this right here. There's my applications. Yeah, that's much better. Still no more backgrounds. It doesn't look like it right now, which is fine. I'll add my own. And of course, you can always go online, grab what you want for backgrounds. Interface is similar, but your desktop is easier to work with now because it's not loaded with all the tiles. Very important for me. Now, if I want to look at actually the file structure, see what I have here for space. All right. As of right now, I still have SD card in here. What's on the SD card? Let's see. Party photos. Right. So nothing really on there. Alright, so I look here at my home folder. And how much space do I have in this actual folder to work with to save things? Free space, 54 gigabytes. That's crazy. So it means that we're not really using a lot for the operating system. It's a 64 gigabyte SD card we're running inside here. Inside the whole computer is just a single 64 gigabyte card. SD card, which is great. 2 gigabytes for RAM, or swap space, if you will, swap space. So you have your RAM and then you have your swap space and links, which is very important. Well, I got a lot of free space. The actual OS isn't filled with a lot of stuff it doesn't need, and that's the beauty of it. I didn't bog it down. But I know that. So basically, the whole OS is run on a SD card. The one in there is a 64 gigabyte, not a 4 gigabyte. It's also a higher end one, I think XSDHC. So transfer speed is faster. So it works as a solid state hard drive, which is fantastic. And if it flakes out, it flakes out. I'm not really out a lot. So pretty cool overall. It's working pretty good. I have no complaints so far. My goal is to put in the main computer and see how it works. Install everything I need to do my work, schoolwork, and so forth. But tell me what you think. Install process was easy, pretty straightforward. Yep, that's it. Again, I'm Jason. This was an edition of Cigars and Linux. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. If you have some ideas, great. Always looking for better ways to make the computer work faster, especially an older laptop or older computer. Work faster, leaner, no viruses. Keep it thin, keep it light, and keep it customizable. That's what Linux is all about. It's not the learning curve it used to be. It's easy now. So, hope you learned something. Hope you will try it yourself. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Type in the comment section if you like it, dislike it. That's fine. Hey, I'm not a big computer tech guy. I know what I like. I don't like Windows. I'm not a Mac guy. I like Linux. You may not. That's okay. I say give it a try. See what you think. Best way to try it is get an old laptop. Do it with an old laptop first. Play with it. Old computer. That we don't mess up your main one. And after you play with it a little bit, tweak it. Don't like that version, or you think you broke it or done working with that hardware, try a different version. Try a lighter version, an older version. The big thing though is make sure if you're using a dual core or x64 architecture, 64-bit, make sure you get a 64-bit compatible Linux. If you're using an older computer such as a Pentium 3, Pentium 4, earlier Intels, or an AMD that's not a 64-bit, make sure it's 32-bit. You can always look online. For example, netbooks are always 32-bit. So go ahead and a bug on me. Download a 32-bit version of Linux. Try it. If you're new to Linux, try Ubuntu. It's easy. I'm not a fan of Ubuntu, but for beginners, it's fantastic. You can't go wrong with it. It's a good way to break in and start your Linux journey. If you're a little more computer savvy and you really want to get into it, go to Arch. If you want to practice some ethical hacking, download Kali Linux. But don't put it on a USB drive and take it into work. That will get you in trouble. Not that they ever know you were there with it, but you get yourself in trouble. So, have fun, happy hacking. When you're doing this, find a good cigar.